Hello, everybody.
Hey again.
Welcome. This is our third vlog.
The one about aliens.
When it comes to aliens and world building, you can go into a lot of detail or a little detail and still have it work. Because it's more science-y than something like fairies or whatever, you can still have plenty of gaps in your knowledge and still have it be feasible.
Well, what's cool is that you don't even need to like see the aliens really in a true alien form. I'm thinking of something like Contact, for instance, where you only see the alien at the very end, and the alien is just basically like, I'm a human and I'm taking this form because I've found that it's most comfortable for you. Or like Interstellar, where you don't see the aliens at all. It's just because the aliens may or may not exist.
Are they aliens? I feel like a lot of that is like alien as plot device. They're not very world built.
But I think there's a line between like just it's there just as a catalyst for things to happen, and it's there because it's actually like it makes logical sense and it's integral to the world.
You know, another good topic to spin off from this is like, how humanoid are your aliens?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
Like, a lot of aliens are humanoid, and I mean, let's face it, that's mostly a budget thing. I'm sure if Star Trek and Star Wars and just any other thing that uses aliens had more of a budget, they'd be able to like get this really elaborate sort of alien thing done. And even then, sometimes they manage to do that really well. Like, a lot of the Cantina creatures in Star Wars have very interesting forms to them. And then Star Trek has actually a couple examples too, because like even though Star Trek is known for its rubber forehead aliens, as they're called, they actually managed a couple good ones.
War of the Worlds actually is a great example of aliens that are like not really, I don't know, it depends on what version you see of War of the Worlds, really. That like will determine how humanoid your aliens are, but at the end of the day, like, it doesn't matter how humanoid they are because they all kind of die of the common cold or like our diseases. Literature in particular has a really great way of doing, I mean, like you say, like budgetary constraints. I think that makes sense for movies, but literature actually is full of aliens that are either totally indescribable. Like H.P. Lovecraft was very fond of doing this sort of thing where it was like, you know, the thing was so monstrous that no human words could describe it, you know, and it's kind of like, it gives you hints about what it might look like, but he kind of lets your imagination take over because anything we imagine is really far scarier than anything it actually could be visually.
Not that plenty of artists haven't taken a crack at it. I mean, if you look up images of Cthulhu, it's usually like this squid tentacle dude.
But I'm thinking of Octavia Butler, oddly enough, has a really nice series in which the aliens are these like kind of tentacle monster-y, but at the same time being like humanoid in the way in which they use their tentacles as things like, you know, like trying to get it to be like their hair, or like, it's also really interesting because those aliens happen to be like sexual beings, like they want to like genetically trade with humanity, so it's...
One last thing I wanted to bring up is, it's funny how no matter how complicated or unimaginable or godlike, you know, even very simple or small that these aliens seem to be, they always seem to be sentient, or they achieve some kind of sentience. It's never just like microbes or something. At least they never appear in isolation. Like, you have, you know, whole biosystems and whatever in like James Cameron's Avatar and whatever else, but it's always accompanied by something that's, you know, that you can speak to and listen to.
Yeah, well, and I think that's something that's more out of a, you know, necessity. They use sentience because having us try and interact with microbes is harder, and you know, it's cooler if you're a world builder to try and just like build a society. And that's actually like, it kind of brings us full circle to the first point about aliens, where like I hate it when they're treated just as sort of, you know, decoration. The fact that you can make whole societies of people that are totally different from humans is really, really cool. And I think so few world builders really seize that and make that a thing. Yeah,
they tend to imitate human cultures a lot. Like there's the alien emperor or something like that. It's like, why would they even have that power structure necessarily?
Yeah.
Which is why a lot of people seem to like hive mind aliens a lot more.
Yeah, and that's fascinating.
So, everybody, thank you so much for watching our aliens vlog. May you go in peace now, and subscribe and like and comment before you actually go.
Okay. Yeah, and follow us on social media to like see our next few episodes. Also, leave a comment about your favorite alien universe or your alien race or an alien system that you think should be created and why hasn't it been created yet. Until we see you next time with our next mini-sode, stay curious.
And stay creative.